Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. I hope all of you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Dear student, I am Muhammad Shahjahan, Assistant Professor, Department of Accounting, Milestone College, Uttara, Dhaka.
Dear student, today we will discuss chapter 10 and this is Introduction to Management Accounting, that means CVP analysis, cost, volume, profit analysis. Dear student, at the end of this lecture you will know the formula of CVP analysis. You can determine the break-even point in Taka and break-even point in unit. Dear student, important formula of CVP analysis I will not discuss. Last class also I have discussed. Just this class I have kept for you. If anybody record, you can take a screenshot of the important formula. You know that the yellow color is the most important formula for this chapter. Dear student, these are the some important formula you need. Dear student, these are the formula. Previous class I have discussed. This is our second lecture. Previous class we have take class only discussing this formula. Today we will do a math. Dear student, let's come to a practical problem. Dear student, the information is taken from Jabir company and the production and sales 5000 units. The company produce and sells 5000 units of product and selling price per unit is taka 100. Variable cost per unit taka how much 60. Variable cost per unit taka 60 and total fixed cost is taka 1,50,000. Dear student, we have sales 5000 unit, selling price per unit taka 100, variable cost per unit taka 60 and fixed cost 1,50,000. Fixed cost 1,50,000. We have to determine CM, contribution margin per unit, CM ratio. We have to find the value of sales, variable cost, break-even point in unit and taka. Let's come to our class. We have to determine margin of safety ratio, amount of profit, and how many unit will be sales to earn profit taka 1 lakh or prove the break-even point incorrect. Okay, dear student, let's come to our math. All of you know the formula. Dear student, the main thing is of this chapter is formula. If you can remember the formula, easily you can do the math. Look at first formula for contribution margin. Contribution margin formula is sales value per unit minus variable cost per unit. Dear student, from the question we have seen that sales per unit, that means very easy one, sales per unit 100, variable cost per unit 60, that means 100 minus 60, then you will get the CM. Just if you keep in mind the formula, then the math is very easy. This is one of the easiest chapter in second paper. Dear student, look at sales value per unit minus variable cost per unit, that will be contribution. That means contribution is 40. Now contribution margin ratio, what is the, how you can find the contribution margin ratio? Contribution margin per unit divided by sales per unit into 100. This is the contribution margin ratio. Look at contribution is given here 40 taka, sales per unit taka 100. Earlier we have seen in the question it is given into 100. That means 40% is CM ratio. 40% is contribution margin ratio. Dear student, very important. It will come for 2 marks. Dear student, now next formula, total sales value. Total sales value again is one, sales unit in the question we have seen it is 5000 unit, selling price per unit is taka 100. So total sales value is 5 lakh taka. Total sales value is 5 lakh taka. Total variable cost, sales unit into variable cost per unit. Dear student, sales unit 5000 and variable cost per unit 60, that means 3 lakh taka is variable cost. So very easy one. Then now break even point, most important math in the chapter, break even point in unit. Dear student, at first we need to formula fixed cost divided by CM per unit. Let's see the question. What is the amount of fixed cost? Look at very few information we have in this math. Fixed cost is 1,50,000. Again keep it in your mind, then several times we need not to see the question. Production 5000 units, selling price 100, variable cost 60 and fixed cost is 1,50,000. These are the information. Keep it in your mind, then it will be easier for solve the math. Dear student, so variable cost per unit formula is fixed cost divided by CM per unit. Formula is fixed cost divided by CM per unit. Fixed cost is 1,50,000 it is given, CM per unit just we have calculated it is taka 40. So 3,750 unit is break even point in unit. Now break even point in taka. The formula is little different. Fixed cost divided by CM ratio. Earlier it was CM per unit, now CM ratio. Fixed cost is 1,50,000, same amount, and CM ratio is 0.40. That means break even point in taka is 3,75,000. 3,75,000. Now margin of safety, dear student, margin of safety, this is also another easy one. Total sales minus break even point sales. Look at break even sales, just we have got here 3,75,000, and total sales in requirement B we got it 5 lakh. 5 lakh minus 3,75,000, this is margin of safety. This is margin of safety. Then margin of safety ratio, margin of safety divided by sales into 100. Margin of safety divided by sales into 100. So margin of safety, it is 1,25,000 in taka, sales in taka 5 lakh into 100, that means 25%. It is MS ratio, margin of safety ratio. Dear student, now next one, amount of profit. Dear student, in CVP analysis we need to find out the profit, and the formula is very easy. Sales minus variable cost, this is contribution margin. Dear student, you have to keep it in your mind. The main thing of this chapter is formula. If you can remember the formula, then easily just putting the value you will get the answer. So just putting the value you will get the answer. So dear student, before doing this chapter you have to learn all those formula which was given in last class. Also today's class also I have given the formula. Sales is 5 lakh into 100, that means total 5 lakh taka. 5,000 into 100, total sales 5 lakh. Earlier also we have calculated variable cost, earlier also we have calculated, it is 3 lakh taka, and contribution margin 5 lakh minus 3 lakh, it is 2 lakh. Then we have to subtract fixed cost, that means sales minus variable cost, it is called contribution. Then from contribution we have to subtract fixed cost, then that will be profit. So dear student, here profit is 50,000. I hope all of you understand. If you have any types of confusion, inshallah you can ask me anytime. I will help you. Dear student, now expected sales, required sales, another name is required sales. The formula is fixed cost plus desired profit. Fixed cost plus desired profit divided by CM per unit. Fixed cost, you know that 1,50,000. Desired profit, in the question it is given they would like to earn profit 1 lakh taka, and CM per unit is 40. So therefore 2,50,000 divided by 40, that means the answer is 6,250 unit. That means if they can sell 6,250 unit, they can earn the desired profit 1 lakh taka. Now prove the break even point. Prove the break even point. That means our whatever break even point, you know that break even point is a such a point where there is no profit, there is no loss. Where there is no profit, there is no loss. That means for find out the break even point, at first you have to write, for find out the profit you have to find out, at first you have to write the sales. In break even, sales is 3,750 into 100, that means 3,75,000, and variable cost per unit taka 60. All of you know that per unit 60. So 3,750 into 60, 2,25,000. Then if we subtract this, the contribution is come out the 1,50,000. Dear student, again I am telling the formula is that sales minus variable cost, that means profit. Contribution margin 1,50,000, then fixed cost minus 1,50,000, the value of profit is 0. That means where the profit or loss is 0, that is our break even point. This is the proof of break even point. That means there is no profit, there is no loss here. Dear student, if you understand this class, I can give you a guarantee that you can get 10 marks from this chapter, because here maximum question, maximum or almost 90% probability of question will come from here. Only very few math you need to practice other than this, so that you can get full preparation. So inshallah next time we will discuss in video class, in Zoom class we will discuss some other formulas. Otherwise maximum formula I have discussed here. So if you have any types of confusion, you can discuss with me, you can talk to me, so that I can help you. Dear student, there is another math. This is your homework. This is your homework. You can take a screenshot. This is your homework. Thank you very much. May Allah help all of us. Allah Hafiz.